Good morning and welcome to Village in Motion. I'm Marcia Boyles, and I'm delighted to begin this segment of Village in Motion with George Rallis. George is the administrator of Garden Ridge. Welcome, George.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you, as always. What kinds of exciting things are going on at Garden Ridge?
So we've had a very busy first several months this year, but most recently in May, we celebrated National Skilled Nursing Care Week. And so National Skilled Nursing Care is a national celebration. It's a week long, and it's really to promote awareness of skilled nursing facilities. So skilled nursing facilities throughout the country offer long-term care services, but a lot of the facilities also offer short-term rehabilitation services. And there's a week every May of every year. There's a week-long, again, celebration and awareness of the services we provide and the residents who reside in long-term care. And so that's a really special week for us. It's a very busy week filled with a lot of exciting events and celebrations. And so at Garden Ridge last month, we celebrated a week long of special events. My personal favorite was we had a casino night. And so we set up at Garden Ridge, we set up a casino. We had blackjack, we had roulette, we had a professional company come in with dealers, and residents really enjoyed getting to get into some gambling and have some fun. And I really enjoyed getting to see residents enjoying themselves with that. We also had an Elvis impersonator come in to have a little bit of a Las Vegas theme to it. So residents really enjoyed that night. We had lots of, throughout the week in May, we had several events for residents. Family members were invited to come and participate as well. Wow. And so just a really great time at Garden Ridge, really fun time, and I hope we can I can bring some pictures next time I'm on, so residents in Greenspring can see some of the. Is
that for everybody at Garden Ridge?
It is. It is. It's the celebration is for skilled nursing, but we hold the events for all of our residents in Garden Ridge.
What fun.
For skilled nursing, for assisted living, and for memory care as well.
I think, George, actually independent living people will be a little jealous of that. We would love to have such an event.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And so, you know, it was a really busy time. Our programming department that's led by Renee Budd, that's the team that really schedules and coordinates and host all of those events. They really did a great job for us. They do every day, but that particular National Skilled Nursing Care Week, that was a really busy time, and they really did a great job, and residents were very pleased and happy with the events that were offered during that week. I also wanted to talk a little bit about another upcoming event that we do annually, and so it's the Alzheimer's Walk that takes place at Reston Town Center.
Now that's a Fairfax County. Am I correct in that?
Right. There's different. I think there's different chapters of organizations who have walks throughout the country, and the chapter that we participate with annually is the walk that takes place at Reston Town Center. And so that's going to be taking place on September 23rd. So we're a few months away, but we never too early to start talking about that event. We really want to encourage all residents in Greenspring, in independent living and in Garden Ridge to participate this year. It'll be taking place on September 23rd, and we will obviously we'll be having sign-up tables for residents that, at a later date. But for
now, George, does Greenspring provide transportation over there, to their?
Yes. So we will all the details we can get distributed to residents who are interested, but we will provide transportation, and residents who sign up to be part of our team that's going to participate in the event, we will provide a T-shirt as well. And so
how long is the walk?
So the walk is as long as residents want it to be. If residents want to walk for just a short distance, they're welcome to do that. If they want to continue to walk for hours, they're welcome to walk for hours. But it's really it's a self-determined pace and how much that residents want to walk. But the event for the day is really fun. There's a really great opportunity to again promote awareness for particularly for Alzheimer's of dementia, and it's a really great time. And we in years past we've had I think 50, 60, 70 participants from Green
Really?
Spring, so we can usually coordinate a pretty large group. I know in the past we've taken multiple buses to transport residents from Green Spring to the event and back. And
Now,
so
is there a fee that, is there a fee?
there's a sponsorship that Green Spring is a sponsor for the event, but individually for residents who want to participate, there is not an additional fee for residents. And so we're really looking forward to that event coming up. Again, our programming manager, Renee Budd, is the point of contact. So if residents are interested in getting more information about that event, they can call Renee. Her number is 604-4438. And again, as I continue to come on to Channel 6, we'll bring more information to share with residents about the date, about the time, and like you mentioned, that we provide the transportation for residents from Green Spring. And you know, we're really looking forward to having another fun event and hopefully encouraging more folks to participate this year.
Excellent.
Yeah. I also wanted to touch base on our repositioning project at Garden Ridge. I think it's been a little while since I've gotten to talk with you here at Channel 6, but just wanted to give a general update for residents. So our construction is moving right along.
Now, we're talking about construction of dogwood and internally.
Right. So over at Garden Ridge, we've got the construction of our new residential building, which is called Dogwood Commons, and that we started that construction in May of 2017. And we are looking at the construction of that new building should be finished by the end of this month.
Is that right?
That's right.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
right.
I had no idea it was going to be
Right.
finished that quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Whoa, that's
So
amazing.
So we're excited about that. There's a lot of you know, the construction of the building is kind of in its latter stages. So the contractor is saying that they should be finished by the end of June. And then
Now you've got then a lot of other things to do after that finishes.
Right. So what in the construction world, what they call it is substantial completion. So it doesn't mean that the building is ready to be occupied. It just means the construction, the construction work that was required to be done is finished. And then after that's finished, then there's a process that usually takes a couple of months for the certificate of occupancy to be received. We have to have the fire marshal do their inspections because Dogwood Commons is going to be providing assisted living and memory care.
Yes.
There's a licensing component that we have to be licensed since it's a newly constructed building.
Now, which part of it has to be licensed?
So all of the new building.
All of the new building.
Right. So that they will inspect. Different agencies will do inspections. There will be a county inspection from the county. There will be a fire life safety and fire inspection that the fire marshal performs, and then our licensing agency will do an inspection as well.
Is
since
that
we'll be providing,
state, the licensing?
So it is actually licensed, and the oversight of Dogwood Commons is actually through the county, through Fairfax County.
Oh, it is through the county.
Right. It's through the county Department of Social Services. There's a department within Social Services that oversees all of the assisted living facilities.
Okay. All right.
Right.
All right. And then you've got to get furniture and.
Yeah, so I don't have all the specific dates, but obviously we'll be having new furniture brought into the new building. There'll be a lot of licensing and inspections happening after the construction's finished, and so we're predicting that the first residents will probably move in at the end of August or even the beginning of September.
All right.
And that's kind of our rough timeline at this point.
How many beds? What's the distribution of the beds?
Sure. So in Dogwood Commons, the building is 4 residential stories, and there's a basement, but there's four stories, and there are a total of 79 apartments. Of those apartments, there's 53 that are assisted living. And
53.
Right, and those apartments are set up. The majority of those apartments are 1 bedroom. So there's it's hard. Next time I'll have to bring on some
Well, in other
pictures
words,
to give you a visual.
it's one room.
No, 2 rooms. So it's a living room and a bedroom.
Oh, it
is.
is.
Right.
Oh.
So there's a lot of the Dogwood Commons rooms are designed and set up as 1 bedroom, and then there are a few
with a bathroom too.
And a bathroom. And there are a few studio apartments as well that would be one room.
Now, will that be all of the assisted living at Garden Ridge? In other words, will Garden Ridge still have some assisted living?
Right. So this will be in addition
All right,
to
53 additional beds, and how many are going to be retained at Garden Ridge?
And then, so let me think of it. It's a little complicated because over the next few years we're going to be renovating our existing buildings.
Right.
So at the end of the project, that might be the best way to share the information. At the end of all of the construction and the renovation of our current building, there will be a total of 297 beds total. For all of Garden Ridge, and for assisted living, I believe it's around 175.
Total?
Yeah, of the 297, there's 175 that are assisted living, and the rest are memory care and skilled nursing. At the end of, this is at the end of the project.
And rehab.
Right. Exactly. We're still going to have rehab. We're still going to have long-term skilled nursing.
All right.
But in terms of assisted living, there's going to be an increase to 175.
All right. So in other words, it's the Oh my goodness, that's an amazing. That's an amazing increase.
Which is a good thing for us because as we look at the industry trends, we look at trends here at Green Spring. There's an increased need for assisted living services. So part of our goal with this project is not only to meet the needs in the immediate future, but also to look 5 years, 10 years down the road at some of the larger trends and some of the demographic shift that we're seeing. As our baby boomers age, there's going to be an increased need for assisted living as we get 5 years and 10 years down the road. So again, we're looking to meet our needs now, but we're also with this type of project, we also have to consider some of the longer range plans as well.
Of course you would. George, it may be premature to ask you this, but do you have any idea of the pricing differential between what the current cost of assisted living, which is I think is between like 40 and 60 something, and what the new rate will be with a one-bedroom?
So I don't have the pricing information right now. It's still being revised. We've not reached a final price on the pricing yet. For the communication we've been having, because part of our renovation phasing plan, it includes our current residents moving into Dogwood Commons. So for those residents who we're asking them to move, we're not going to be increasing their fees significantly because we're asking them to move. So in other words, their current rate that they're paying, when those residents move into Dogwood Commons, they'll stay at a current rate.
All right, now if they're going from one room now into a one bedroom,
right,
will the rate still remain the same?
So like I said, initially when we ask the residents to move, we are not asking them to move into a one-bedroom room and then telling them they're going to pay a one-bedroom rate, because we're asking them to move as part of the overall plan.
Right.
Because if those residents don't move, then we're really not going to be able to complete the renovation of their current space. So the initial moves that we're essentially asking residents to do, we're doing that without a significant impact to the cost.
All right.
But in terms
because that's a temporary thing. Is that what you're saying? And then they will move back? Is that what's expected?
Our goal with the project is for residents to move as little as possible. So if a resident can move only one time, that's what we're going to try to work out with the renovations and all the other considerations we have for the renovations that have to take place. So our goal is for residents to move once. I do think there's going to be some cases where residents may move twice, but what we are always working toward is for a person-centered approach. So I know, just recently I spoke to a resident in Garden Ridge who's interested in eventually coming back to their current apartment. And while that's not really our goal with the overall plan for folks to move multiple times, if a resident really wants to be back in their current apartment, we can work with folks individually if they want to move, have their apartment renovated, and then move back to their current apartment. Those are things we can work with folks on a case-by-case basis. And so that's really been a lot of what we've been doing with this project all along, is to really look at the individual resident needs, to look at the specific the things that are important to those residents, whether it be the location, whether it be the view from their window, what their view is outside, whether it be, are they going to be close to their current neighbors? Are they going to move to the same area in Dogwood Commons? A lot of residents have been asking about staff. Will they be
Sure.
having familiar faces that providing their care, or will it be some new folks intermixed into when these changes start happening? And so again, all along, our team has really been trying to plan and coordinate this work and the moving of the residents so that we can maintain that consistency and really understand from the residents what's most important to you, and let us work on trying to accommodate that request.
George, let me ask you a sort of basic question. What is the difference in the square footage of the current apartments, which are one room, and after renovation at Garden Ridge? What will you're doing two things. You're increasing the size of those apartments, I think, and also adding to the bathrooms. Is that correct? Adding showers to the bathrooms?
So let's see.
What's the difference in square footage?
So I don't have the square footage numbers to be able to say what the current square footage is and what the new square footage will be. I do know that one of the big goals of renovating our current resident rooms is not all of the resident rooms currently have a full shower.
Right.
So one of our goals with the renovation is to ensure that all of our resident rooms at Garden Ridge, whether it be skilled nursing or assisted living or memory care, that each room has its own shower, has a full shower.
Right.
And so part of that means some of our current rooms where it's a studio style room where there's a bed and a toilet but not a shower.
Right.
Some of those rooms are going to be increasing in size to accommodate an added shower that's not currently there.
Oh, all right. So it may not be increasing the size of the living space per se, but it would increase the size of the bathroom.
I think in some cases the overall square footage of the room will increase, but I think as a rule of thumb, that's really going to be in the rooms that need to be increased where they don't already have a shower, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's going to be all. I don't think all of the rooms in Garden Ridge today will increase in size, because a lot of our rooms are very good size, very nice square footage right now. But some of the rooms that don't currently have showers, when we add a shower in those rooms, I think there's a lot of those rooms that will be increasing in size.
All right. Now, what about the rehab floor? Are you putting showers in those bathrooms as well?
So yes. So currently the rehab floor on EV2, that floor will be renovated. All the rooms in that floor do not currently have showers, but after renovation, when we get to 2021, we'll have showers.
What are you doing with those large bathing rooms?
So a lot of the large bathing rooms we have completely renovated. So for example, on Rose Court 4, Rose Court 3, Rose Court 2, and Rose Court 1, all of the central bathing spas, as we call them, they've been completely renovated, completely redesigned, new equipment, new shower tubs that are available for residents who may need a shower tub. And those areas have been completely renovated and have been open for use for residents. So our current residents in Garden Ridge are already getting to enjoy those newly renovated spaces.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, this clearly is a very complicated, multifaceted project.
It is.
So it will increase to 297 beds.
Right.
The total complex.
Right. And today, our current total capacity is 282. So we are increasing about 15 beds is the total increase.
All right. What will be the new total of the memory floor?
The memory care, currently it's 44 beds is the current capacity for memory care. And I believe at the end of the project, it increases to 60. I think it increases to 60. So there's a fairly substantial increase in the memory care as terms of percentage from 44 to 60. It's a fairly significant percentage increase,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it's still not the overwhelming majority of the distribution is still going to be for assisted living. We really see that as being the needs here for
Yes.
residents in Green Spring and moving forward as well.
George, will all of the memory beds be in existing Garden Ridge, or will they be distributed partially in the new facility as well?
Okay, so at the end of the project, it will be, the memory care will, let's see how I can explain this, will be connected between Dogwood Commons and Rose Court 4. That's the end goal.
Now, is there a bridge or something between the two buildings?
They're connected.
They
They're
are
joined, and the hallways will continue straight through.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Right. Right. So it'll be just like when you reach the end of the hall and you make a right turn.
Right.
It'll continue right on into the new building.
All right.
It will flow really seamlessly for residents who are in those areas. Yes, Dogwood Commons will be four floors.
All right. So the memory floor will remain in Garden Ridge, but it will be extended also into the new building.
Right.
For the new beds.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're also going to have just a couple other. I forgot to mention a couple of the other amenity spaces that residents will get to enjoy once we have Dogwood Commons open. Is one of the big things is we have a new meeting room, which is our multi-purpose room for residents when we have large group activities. We have our meeting room is in the adjacent to the lobby in our current building.
Yes.
And in Dogwood Commons, that meeting space is increased, I want to say, by 30 or 40%. So there's a much bigger space.
What's going to happen with the old space?
So the old space, I think, eventually gets renovated, and I believe it becomes a salon.
A salon?
Yeah, I believe it gets completely renovated and redesigned and becomes a salon. But our new meeting space is a much larger area. We'll be able to accommodate more residents to large group events, which is currently a little bit of a challenge for us when we have an event that has 70 or 80 residents and family members and staff. Our space right now is a little tight, but we're really looking forward to the new meeting space that's much larger, and we'll have all new equipment, all new projection screens for movies or for entertainment. Be plenty of space for music, for dancing, and really for all the multi-use that we have for that space. We're really looking forward to that new meeting room space.
Well, that sounds terrific. Yes, the space you have now seems very large, but I can imagine with a huge number of people in there, it could get pretty crammed.
Right.
Well, George, this has really been very interesting, and we're delighted to hear that this much progress has been made.
Right. It's been a lot of work. The team at Garden Ridge has really done a great job, adjusting to all of the construction and renovations and all the curveballs and surprises we've had along the way over the last, I guess, 13, 14 months. And, just really can't praise them enough for really doing a really great job of providing high quality care amidst all of this construction and renovation that's been really challenging. And our residents have also been very flexible and understanding of everything that's gone on and some of the adjustments we've had to make along the way. And so we're just, at this point, we're kind of in the home stretch of that construction for Dogwood, and we're really excited. Residents will get to start enjoying that new space, and then we'll continue on with the renovations moving forward.
Well, this sounds terrific, and we all wish you very well.
Thank you.
It's an important part of our campus for sure.